Welcome to the Boston's Big Four podcast. Cast. New news about music and sports every week, sometimes.
Welcome back, Boston's Big Podcast. We have a very special guest, two very special guests with us. We have Conor Holway of GDP, Golden Deer Productions.
My brethren, thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. Pleasure to have you. And we also have one of the stars from your movie here.
Yes, sir.
Sir South.
Yes,
Sir
sir.
South, a.k.a. Kevin Parrington Turner.
Good to have you as well.
You give your government out like that now?
That's the a.k.a.
Oh, AKA. And his character's name was actually South in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Love it.
Nice little tidbit there.
All right.
That's fun.
Little insider info from my guys
There
over
you
here.
go. There you go.
Okay.
Hey, I just want to say thanks for having us, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I understand what it takes to keep something going consistently for a long time.
You definitely do.
And so it takes a lot, man. You guys work a lot, and people don't see the work, so keep
I
it
was
going.
going to say, and we probably have to take some pages from your book because, first of all, you're
I've been
a
taking
promo
notes.
King. We see you all the time, and like you said about the work, we see your work. You're posting all the time. We see you running. We see that Bochi Bolt account.
Word.
You're putting it in every day. So I mean, let's list it off: actor, athlete, producer,
Oh, this is Kev's favorite
entrepreneur.
conversation.
Here we are.
I would right now. I just call myself a good guy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the right answer.
love it.
I love that. Okay.
But no, yeah, we did just make the movie, and it's always my goal to make a big ass movie here. So right now, I would call myself a filmmaker very much.
Okay.
That's your main thing right now.
Would you guys agree? Did you get the movie feel from the
my
movie?
God. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, we have a
Absolutely.
lot to say. First
And thank
of
you
all,
guys for coming.
Oh, hell
Thank
yeah.
you for having
You guys
us.
look dapper.
Shout out to thank you. You as well.
Thank you.
Shout
man.
out to Owen for putting me onto it. He told me about the party and I was like, hell yeah, that sounds sick.
Yeah, I've been
I
following
looked
you.
at the flyer and it was like, what did it say? It was something about like looking baller and then getting activated and I was like, I'm there. I'm there.
Wording was
I
on
love
point. Advertisement was on point. Your ability to throw an event at legitimate venues that's a skill. Like not everybody has that, and that's something honest to God. I mean, we've said it. We're trying to throw shows of our own. We've got our toes wet. We saw your event, and it made us want to do something like that. Like it inspired us for real.
Good,
because
man.
that was. And like you said, I don't know that anyone's movies have been filmed in Boston, but I don't know that a movie about Boston in Boston by someone from Boston did everything internally. You know what I mean? That's
Without
fake
that Hollywood
accents.
budget too.
yeah.
Right.
Damn, bruh.
Can somebody
But let's all be honest. Us three, Kev is not part of this crew, but we're not actually from Boston, man.
Yeah.
We claim it, but right now we're
Owen
in
and I-
Hingham, brother.
Owen
You know
and
what
I
I'm
have made
saying?
it clear we're from the South Shore. We
Yeah.
don't claim to be from Boston.
So
My little tie-in normally is like
We're
my
peeking a
parents were
little bit.
divorced.
Sorry, we're
Yeah.
peeking a little bit. We
My,
didn't
my
know
fault. I
this.
apologize. My parents were divorced, and I spent weekends in Cambridge, so that's like my claim to the
So
city.
you're pretty Boston then.
I mean, we should ask Kev. Come on.
Owen and I went to
Sure.
high school in Boston, so that's gotta count for something.
We did, but it's. I mean, the Eminem said it best in
Oh, God.
Detroit, claiming Detroit when y'all live 20 miles away, and that's us right now.
That's
we
us.
literally live 20
It's
miles
actually
away.
15, but you know,
I'm
who's
20.
counting?
I'm a little farther, but it's okay.
We're tucked.
But here's the thing: it's a lot easier to claim Boston than to say you're from another town, and people are like, "Wait,
just
what's
say- I
that
just
town?"
say
And
the
you have
South
to
Shore.
say it's near Boston.
I just
so-
say the South Shore.
You should just
Well,
say like,
South
"Yo,
Shore.
I'm right near Derby Street."
That's literally what people think of when they think of Hingham. What is Lincoln like? I don't feel like I've been to Lincoln.
Ask Kev. That's where he fell in love for the first time.
What?
Come on, man.
We're getting so deep on this podcast, guys.
We are.
Sound off in the comments. What do you want
It's
to
a
hear?
lot of farms.
A lot of
in
farms
in my
in Lincoln?
opinion. Nice houses,
Okay.
really quiet. No sidewalks.
No
Not too many.
sidewalks.
Not
It's
too many red
dangerous.
lights next to the highway.
One red light in Lincoln.
Wow. Okay, so it's a small town, very small.
Tiny
That's why they-
town.
The high school is Lincoln Sudbury.
Yeah,
It's two
and the
towns.
high school's in Sudbury.
Okay.
Incredibly small, incredibly quiet, incredibly slow, and I always felt like
It had to get activated.
I was just like this little manic boy that had like too much energy for the town. I felt
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
a lot, and so
you felt like you had to get out.
no, so a little, but Kevin and I also I think passed the time well Like we would like start up trampoline fighting leagues and like.
Oh, that's the
there you
best.
go.
Oh my god.
So you were always creative. You were always looking for.
We were always activated for sure.
Always.
Yeah.
active.
So
love
I
it.
did want to say I want to eventually come back to your historic feats, but we're talking about you growing up. When did you guys start? So were you guys like doing skits and stuff like in middle school? You said you had started with these games and things like that. So when did you get creative together for the first time? Was it just through that?
Freshman year of college.
First video was the summer after freshman year of college. But I mean, we've been friends forever. But I made a video in high school called Milkmaster the Last Blaster.
Sounds awesome.
Where,
Can we still find that?
yeah,
Yeah,
I put a clip up recently.
Oh,
that's
Um,
amazing.
okay.
And that was kind of my genesis into like production and like filmmaking. And so my character, I'll be honest, the writing could have used a little work. My character essentially was like the milkmaster who I guess gave milk out all over town. Like what was
I
his
don't
deal?
know. I'm not-
Anyway, he was
Like,
trying
I
to
have no
he was
idea.
trying to uncover some sort of murder or something. And essentially some dude wrote a script and I just kind of like went off the cuff and just
Yeah.
like said fuck it.
Hey, that honestly.
That's how it starts, though.
That's how it
And-
started for sure, brethren.
That's how you got to just get creative somehow, and it'll all come together.
As far as production goes, were you doing the whole thing yourself? Were you filming with your own stuff, or did you pull in a video crew?
I think it was like a high school production, so I'm sure there was like four or five other guys working on it.
Okay. Are these people? Is this Jack Bigelow? Shout out Jack Bigelow. When did you meet him?
Bix was definitely in the video, but I don't think he had anything to do with the creative.
Okay.
Did you meet Jack at the event?
I'm not sure. I don't think we met officially, but I saw him there for sure, and you gave him many shouts. And is he's the video guy, or am I misunderstanding?
Aquaman,
He is Aquaman.
Yeah.
Well, I did know he was Aquaman.
the
but yeah.
Messiah. He on his role in the movie was essentially he's just incredibly creative, and he just has an innate sense for what looks good. And so any visual decision we would make on the film, I would vet with him, and he would be like, yo, this is what's going to look good. This is what won't look good.
Interesting.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. And I saw that you went to those army surplus stores. How wild did some of those outfits get before you landed on what you picked? Or what did it just kind of snap right away?
I just felt like a maniac in those joints. You guys
Yeah.
ever been in one of those
A
things?
couple times
No,
I've been in,
actually.
yeah.
Bro, the crowd in those joints. Holy shit.
Wait, did you go?
And it was
the
during COVID, too.
what's the
Imagine what that
demographic
was
in
like.
there?
I mean, this is probably people who are buying this stuff for home defense, probably, right? Like, I imagine.
People starting communes up in Maine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
man.
And then
Where-
you can
where
buy
did
a
you go
gun
for
in a
this?
lot of these spots, too.
Mhm.
I'm on Route 1 in Saugus. And, bruh, there's an intensity in the air when you walk in those Army surplus stores
Oh
for
my
sure.
God.
Oh my God, that's worrisome. But
And then I'm over here trying on a million outfits. I've been in there for like 3 hours. The owner's looking at me like, yo, should we call the police? Like, this guy having a bad day? Like, what's going on?
I mean, I can see why that would raise concern. You're trying to run a business and you see people they look like they're gearing up for war. Granted, that's what you sell. So I can't imagine.
There's a
them-
lot of like, what's the name of someone who just like loves like war stuff?
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
word for that.
I know what you mean. There would be something file for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bootlicker?
that's, you know what?
Bootlicker.
I'm hitting it on the
I think
Google.
that's it.
You guys, I need you to carry the conversation. I'm Googling it now.
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm talking about? People are obsessed with like the history of
I
war.
know. There's definitely people like that.
Mm-mm.
There's definitely a lot of people like that.
I'm
What do we
one-hand
got?
typing. Oh,
What do we
man.
got?
I'm not even done typing it yet. Oh, yeah. Okay. What's it called when you obsess over war history? Boom.
Nope,
Okay.
nothing.
Oh, an Anglophile or a Francophile? Wait,
I
no.
don't know,
These are
man.
English and French. What am I doing? Okay. Never mind, guys.
Anyway, man, maybe I'm brain dead.
This is honestly, sound off in the comments if you know what we're talking about, because there's definitely someone out there listening to this who knows what we're talking about. So we're just going to go with that.
We've all met those people.
Yeah.
before.
Someone who loves war. It's scary. We don't love war. It's fine.
It was the quiet kid in class. You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
weird thing to love, you know.
It's it's a weird thing to love.
That it is.
But anyways, you're in these stores. You're buying things at like the outfits you chose, was it like, I mean, you said you tried a lot on. Did you kind of like end up picking something that you had in the beginning, or was it just like this ended up working out for these reasons, and Jack sort of like helped you guide you through that?
On wardrobe specifically?
Yeah, or maybe his creative wasn't part of that, was it?
No, I think it definitely was. I think when we were in those stores, it was mostly for some of those group scenes you saw. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you remember what some of those characters looked like, but yeah, it was mostly for those group scenes. And then all the wardrobe in the other scenes, I think I just probably hit you up. I was like, yo, do you have any fire graphic tees? Or I had a graphic tee for you.
I didn't have anything. I didn't bring anything.
Yeah, I give you a Patty's tee once.
Yeah.
Remember you were in that pink Patty's tee?
Mm-hmm. You gave me the clothes best.
You were in an Anabolic Aliens tee.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just thought it would make sense if the characters, they've been stuck inside the theater. Like, what would you wear if you were just lounging in the same spot forever? You know what I'm saying? So, like, graphic tee, sweatpants.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. Yeah, and shout out, you know what? I was about to give some plot points to the movie. Wrong. Spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
I'm not doing
no
that.
Spoilers.
But yeah, watch the movie. It's exciting. But yeah, so at least broad strokes, we can give the summary, right? We can talk about like.
Yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. I would love to hear what you thought about it. I've gotten a lot of this same feedback from the premiere itself. And I'll tell you, I think when you see it online and when it's up there, your perspective is going to change a little bit because you'll be able to go back and understand things a little bit better.
Okay.
I honestly would like to watch it a second time to absorb it a little bit more. I was just like in awe.
Well, there was a lot going on that night. Yeah.
I was just in awe of just how it all looked, just like visually. Like that's what really blew me away. And then, I mean, obviously the plot was interesting. I'd need to go back and watch it again, honestly.
All
that
I
makes
gotta
sense.
say is I know people are gonna go wild for the workout scenes. That's all I have to say.
I agree.
People are gonna go wild for the workout scenes, and that's a testament to Bochy Bolt. And
Thank
I'd
you,
recommend
brother.
People go follow that.
Thank
That's
you,
all I
man.
have to say.
Appreciate it.
But yeah. So when you decided to come up with this concept, was it pre-pandemic or was it during the pandemic? Because I imagine you seized the opportunity for the apocalyptic sort of vibe when no one was outside at the time.
Exactly. Just back to Jack's point here. I agree.
What?
There were some confusing parts of the plot.
It was a little bit confusing.
But in that context, it was confusing. I think when you see it on YouTube, you're like, all right, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I was so caught up, like so consumed editing it, it's tough to kind of get a perspective as a consumer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's like been the biggest takeaway. People have been like, yo, the fucking production was like a Hollywood movie.
Mm-hmm.
But we get a little lost around like 30 minutes, and then it all kind of comes back together.
Mm-hmm.
Would you guys agree? Is that how
I
you
would
felt?
agree.
Yeah, 100%. There was definitely a part where I was wondering, like, well, I guess so. To the listeners here, there's parts where because of just cliches and things, you think you know what's happening at certain times.
True.
But then it doesn't go the way you exactly thought. And you're
Which
like,
isn't
okay.
a bad thing.
Well, yeah, of course. You don't want to go by, like, the blueprints that have been laid out before, but you do want to feel it a little bit, which is something we talked about this on the Justin episode. Like, there's no such thing as something that didn't come from something before, but you have baked it into something in your own form. So we've like seen, I guess parts of like, so I guess let's just say, for example, you think X is going to happen. It doesn't happen. We're 5 minutes later. You're like, I kind of figured we'd swing back to X, but turns out maybe Y is going to happen. Then at the end, maybe X is going to happen again. And then we just like are thinking about all these like different patterns, and maybe this is obvious what I'm saying, but like when you go through the movie, I think there's plenty of twists and turns that are, I believe, meant to confuse you, and like you said, it comes back together in the end.
I would say Z definitely happened at the end. Would you
Well,
guys agree?
I don't want to tell people.
Yeah, you don't
what
want to give
happens.
anything away.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a
But-
pretty crazy ending.
Word.
That's actually, yeah, so
Did it get you? We won't say too much, but did it get you?
it
Yes.
did, yes.
I
I
did
will
not
say,
expect that to happen.
I was 100% not planning for it
Yeah.
to happen, and I actually, as I was talking just now, I got nervous about spoiling anything.
Yeah, I don't want to
so
give anything away.
I just
here.
want people to go watch the
My
movie.
fault.
So, but for real, so the concept you said. Sorry, I just now we're like daisy chaining ourselves back to the concept. Did you come up with that because of the pandemic, or was it something that you had already been thinking about and you seized the opportunity when no one was around?
So I started actually planning writing this in 2018, so far before COVID.
Okay.
And COVID just kind of pushed us into a situation, Jack and I, where we've just been talking about doing it for so long. And, like, to be honest, I was just super fucking unhappy. Because I was like, yo, I know I have to do this, but I just felt like I just wasn't being accountable. And so COVID hit, and we were just kind of pushed into a situation where it was time to go. So the only thing we really switched on the script and any of the plans, there was one line that Ramiro from 94.5, I switched his lines a little bit to talk about a vaccine and a virus.
Okay.
Other than that, everything was planned before COVID.
So interesting, because I actually thought that was your voice at first.
Really?
And then the second time I heard it, it clicked. I figured out it was Ramiro.
Word.
Yeah, so you had Ramiro on your
that
podcast.
specific part, just having Ramiro's voice in there gives it like such a hometown feel.
Word.
Like when you say like nobody from Boston or from the Boston area has actually made a Boston movie. Like in most Boston movies, you wouldn't get something that authentic, like Ramiro's voice
Word.
on the radio.
Oh yeah, it would just
You
be
know?
some movie radio show. You
Right.
wouldn't even be called anything that you'd know from the city. Yeah, it's,
He just has such a recognizable voice,
He
too.
does.
If you
he really does.
grew
If
up around
you grew
here.
up around Boston, you know that voice.
Yeah, he's a super nice dude.
yeah. It also turns out his voice is super mistakable for yours. So
Nice.
I can't be the only one to think that. Please, I'm not crazy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll take it.
But yeah, so okay, your plans must have been, I guess, as far as production goes, then before the pandemic, must have been pretty big. Like you must have been looking for lots or sort of like abandoned buildings, because I guess it would be hard to find when the world's in full force empty buildings or empty areas like that. But I guess magic of the movies, you can always create the illusion. So your plans had to have been different at the time, right?
When did I tell you, like, yo, movie's, like, good to go? Like, we're going to fucking do this.
I forgot. To be honest, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Probably a while ago.
I'm going to be fully honest with you guys. Someone has pushed me through this process, some sort of divine something, because there have been plenty of moments where I've literally winged it, and it worked.
Okay.
Honestly. The owners of the theater itself were super, super gracious to let us use that as a set.
Mm.
It's the name of an actual business. It's in Cambridge called Apple Cinemas.
Right. Yeah.
And the owner, I harassed him like 40 times for it. But to be honest, I had written the entire movie predicated on the space, and we had already shot listed everything.
Oh my god.
But he hadn't agreed to it yet. And initially, the dude's like the most generous dude of all time was like, all right, fine. Like, you can go shoot this and do this.
Wow.
And so that was honestly kind of last minute. I'll be honest with you. I had one conversation with him. He could have said no, and then it could have been gone.
Jeez. How many things like that do you think have happened? Some historic movie was going to happen, and that guy said no. But you, like you said, you had that divine presence pushing you through. That's awesome.
How were you able to convince him to let you use the theater?
I'll be honest. I think over the course of the last like 3-4 years, I think normally when I make a pitch for anything, people think I'm like, because I can be fucking intense. People just think I'm being annoying as fuck. And I think over time they realize, oh shit, wait, this kid's just like super passionate. Like he's just not gonna relent. Like he's not gonna give up. Like fine, we'll give it to him. So I think that's kind of what bled through with the conversation with the guy.
So never.
I mean, how many times do you know, like, if someone showed up to your crib 6 times and asked you for something, wouldn't you be like, holy fuck, this kid's never going to give up? You kind of got to give it to him.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Well, also, like, in truth, it's not that you caused any damage to the theater, you guys. I mean, who knows? Maybe you did. But
I did not.
As far, like, there's, I mean, we can understand, maybe even during COVID, there could have been, like, a number legally of how many people could be in the building at any given time. And this kind of leads me to my next question. How many people overall were involved in the movie? Production and just overall?
Well over 100.
Wow.
Per close to 200.
Okay. So it must have been hard cycling everybody through, because there had to have been a point where you were worried about social distancing, right? Or
No. Oh, on set?
yeah.
Less. The set was relatively small.
Okay.
Yeah, we had pretty small sets, like maybe like 6 production members, 7 production members, and the biggest scene might have had 7 people in it. So the set was never huge. But I mean, if we're just talking about everyone involved, Like if you talk about ownership of some of the locations and stuff like that, like well over 100, close to 200.
Wow. Yeah. Takes a village.
It did,
That is
man,
so
for real.
interesting.
Like, I couldn't have done
City.
Yeah, honestly, I could not have done. It sounds super corny, but like I couldn't have done it without everyone's help. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you got the lead of the movie right here. If he didn't agree to do it, we could have never had a movie.
So how did you approach him for the role? Like how did that conversation go?
You want to speak on it?
I don't remember exactly how it started. I mean, Ben told me about the movie that he wanted to do. He wrote the script. We went over it for like weeks.
Mhm.
Wrote some jokes and stuff on it, and then he kind of just already wrote me into it.
Yeah.
Because we was already doing sketches since college and stuff. So when it was time to do it, we already like been acting with each other for like years. So it was
Yeah.
kind of
Right.
just natural at that point. But it was very different doing a movie as opposed to like 3-minute videos and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I think Kev showed up to set and he saw there was like a full like crew, and he was like, "Oh, this is definitely different."
Yeah, it's kind of stressful. And you mentioned something about a shot list and having everything sort of written out per location. What is your background in film? Like, is that something you picked up as you were doing this, or did you have any courses that taught you that structure?
Bro, we went over this before the podcast, bro. I went to school, but I didn't go to school. You know what I'm saying?
You heard it here first, folks.
What?
Unless
what
you
does
said
that
somewhere
mean?
else. I don't know.
I mean, I went to school, but I wasn't going to school.
Okay.
But you
know?
will-
So you didn't go to class.
But you cannot convince me that you weren't learning and learning.
sometimes. But you were progressing though. You were
Yeah,
You
you're
were learning
productive.
in your
You're
own
learning.
way.
You're getting stuff.
Let's say it
done.
again. I didn't go to school. You know what
The
I'm saying?
credits may say that you did.
I got my degree,
That's all that matters.
I didn't earn my degree.
but I didn't get my degree. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe we should cut the cameras. I don't know.
Nah, shouts out to those boys, man. They doing their thing down there in Rhode Island, man. Mad love to people in Rhode Island.
Yeah,
Kev got girlfriends in Rhode Island. We're chilling.
Multiple. Multiple.
Plural. Love it.
We're getting people in
Shout out
trouble.
Providence.
Yeah, now we're just getting everybody in
Shout
trouble.
out Chris Dunn.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Dunn.
Shout out to my boy Chris Dunn.
There you go.
Who's he with now?
You got him on the podcast? You gotta get him on.
I have not, but I'll tell you a story. So, you guys saw the whole documentary before the movie, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, when I was making videos down there, Problem's a small school, so word travels pretty quick. Like, okay, there's this kid on campus making videos. And in one of the big videos, I toured one of the dorms. Like,
Yeah.
it was an MTV Cribs episode.
Mm.
And it ended up getting on a Complex. There was a section of it that got on a Complex magazine. So at the time, everyone on campus was like, "Oh my God, what the fuck? This kid got on Complex. It's crazy."
Yes.
And I was wearing a Chris Dunn shirt in the video.
No way.
Yeah, and
That's
so
awesome.
I never really like truly conversed with him that much
Yeah.
because basketball team is pretty separate from like the student body. But
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I remember seeing him out one night. He was like, "Yo, I saw the video, loved it." I was like, "Yo, thank you so much,
my
bro.
God.
That's
Means the
awesome.
world to me, man."
He's a
Yes.
Celtic now.
I was like, "Yo, tell some of the girls you like me, bro. You know they're associated."
Mm.
He's on the Celtics.
Yeah, he's a Celtic now.
Oh no way.
Yep.
He's
Actually,
from
They might
Hartford.
have just traded him away. They got him. I think they got him and then traded him like a week later.
Yeah, I don't think he's on the roster.
Oh, what's up?
I don't think he's on the roster anymore.
Yeah, I think they traded him, but he was on the Celtics for like a week.
always a super any like interaction I have with him, always a super nice dude,
Yeah.
super egoless.
Love to hear that.
Mm.
Shout out Providence.
Yeah, big shouts.
401.
So you mentioned during that documentary you started flipping merch out of your dorm, and I think I saw a picture where it really looked like a store. You had a rack with clothes like all lined up, and
It was impressive.
how was like what were your RAs like? Were they okay with this? Like, was everything you just sort of ran a store out of your dorm?
That was out of our off-campus house.
Oh shoot! Okay, that makes a lot
The
more sense.
the videos were mostly in the dorm. That student body was awesome. Everyone was really receptive to snagging the gear. Pretty awesome like, being on a college campus selling stuff because if like
Yeah,
one kid likes
that
it,
is
just
pretty
kind of
cool.
grows pretty fast, you know.
That is cool, yeah. Because I mean, it's also very hard to get college kids to buy stuff not discounted.
You're right.
So that's got to be a whole thing.
Unless it's drugs.
That's true. That's true. So take notes, anyone who's trying to make a couple bucks in college. That's the move.
That and selling weed.
Asterisk. Sarcasm, everybody.
I love it.
Hit us up.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So yeah, but that was successful though, moving the merch at school.
Yeah, I think I learned how to sell something there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I learned that I like selling stuff.
Mm.
It's fun. There's theatrics that go into it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah. That is so interesting that you say that because we've talked about this before, and this is just my own anecdote to it. I hawk products at Fenway Park, and when it's a good night,
I
when
was
you're
gonna
selling
say,
things,
did I see you at Fenway Park?
you very well may have. Yeah.
What do you sell over there?
Most of the time, I'm selling lemonade these days. But
No, how often are you over there?
most
Every home game.
games. Yeah.
Were you there on Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Yep.
So on top of being a software engineer, you also do that?
Yeah. I'm a busy guy.
Damn.
Real
Yes.
busy.
Yeah.
Yo, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So
but-
what is that
Friday
like?
night. I pull up every Friday night to Fenway.
For real?
Yeah, great time.
No way. Yeah.
Great time.
It's
Great bars.
Yeah, oh my God. So if I mean, people know because the lines are wild, but Loretta's is the place to be after Fenway.
My
I
friend's
love all the
bartender.
Fenway bars.
Really?
Yeah, it's really dope.
Yeah, bartenders have it down because, like, as far as busy Boston bars, like, they get to you. Like, they're not just, I don't know, some places you might not get seen for, like, a while. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
So how does that work? Where do you check in before the game?
It's changed. So that, where we used to go is rubble now, and it's going to be that new venue that's coming in.
The stadium, the
I forget. It
the
starts
theater.
Yeah, there's going to be, it's, like, supposed to be slightly bigger than the House of Blues or something.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
we
yeah.
used to go in through that lot. And it was like a garage, and we would like pick our products and stuff there.
Owen used to just roll in on his skateboard like a couple innings late and just fucking.
Yeah, well, not innings, but
Not
like
innings,
I
maybe, but-
coming from the day job, I couldn't always be there like early. You're supposed to be there early enough, but as long as someone picks your product for you, you can just kind of slide in before game time, and it works out.
And so do you work for Red Sox or Aramark?
Aramark.
Okay.
Yeah,
But yeah, Owen is slanging glizzies at Fenway.
yeah.
Every home
But
game.
yeah, to wind this back, that is like the rush of like a good product night. Like you moved a lot of product. It feels good to sell things, you know. So
Wait, so do you choose a new product every night?
So
Or are you known as yo, I am that lemonade guy?
it does sort of. I'm at a point where I basically get the same thing every night because there's sort of the way the products lie that you'll probably end up in the same area. But some nights there might be 3 lemonade guys in home, 3 out of right. There might be 2 out of home, 3 out of right. They like switch it up every day depending on, for some reason, what management thinks is going to happen at the park.
And so do you have to circulate the same sections in Fenway?
So yeah.
Or are you allowed to
it-
cover the whole park?
Well, it depends on where. So if you're the only person selling that product and you're based out of, you will be based out of a certain vending room. But if you're the only one in the park, you can go anywhere. But if you're out of home plate, you can't sell where the guy in right is selling his popcorn. You know?
That shit must get so tiring.
Yeah.
How heavy is that cooler?
Oh man, I don't know. It probably gets to like. Well, so
a
let's
good
throw some
workout.
math out there. The lemonades are 20 ounces. There's 20 of them in a load. So that's
400 ounces. And how much is the cooler? How heavy?
Well, it's like a big plastic bin. So it's probably like half of a kiddie pool, like that type of material. So
It's just some
and
serious
there's like
weight.
a little metal rack in there. It's probably close to 40 pounds. Might be 30, 40 pounds.
Now, has anyone done anything super disrespectful to you on the job? Give me my lemonade,
Yeah.
boy.
Oh, that all the time.
Remember the woman
Holy
with
shit.
her kids? When her kids were
I don't remember.
harassing you and she was encouraging it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I forget exactly what they did. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I don't
Here
even
we
want to
go.
talk. Oh, bro. We talked about this on a podcast. I forgot
we?
about that. That was This was like a couple years ago now. Yeah. I was selling to somebody in the row. So picture this. There's an empty row. I put my bin down in a seat. I'm selling to somebody. My back is facing the row behind me. A kid slaps me on my ass. And I just turned around and I was like, don't do that. And they were all laughing, him and his friends. And the mother with them was also laughing. And I was like, you can't
Damn.
just touch people's butts, okay? And they were just I don't know. I wasn't going to teach them a lesson, but I was very frustrated about that. But
Damn, you really got sunned.
that's
That's
not
crazy.
that is not the first time someone has slapped me on the ass at Fenway, though. That happens a couple times a season, I will say.
Damn.
'Cause you have no defense. You're holding stuff usually, so
They'll slap you on the
Just go
ass.
for it. Yeah, I highly encourage you not to do it. Don't ever do that. Do it
Unless it's like a MILF, bro.
well, that's usually who does it.
Damn,
It's
what are you
like-
talking about? Be fired.
It's older ladies. I don't know, just as funny. But yeah,
MILFs love Owen. That's a fact.
I don't know about that. But yeah, we have fun out there at Fenway. It's a good time. But yeah, let's all hang at Fenway sometime. Everybody, listeners
Everybody.
too. We're doing
Everyone
this.
who's listening.
Come to Loretta's. We're doing it. He knows the bartender. It's all gonna
We
be a
do.
thing.
I do. Pull up.
Let's
I
go.
know a few bartenders on Fenway. They bartend on Fenway on
Those are
Friday
good
night.
people to know.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah. Bartenders and bouncers, get us in. But yeah, I just want to say something. Thank you so much for asking me questions. I always feel so rude talking about myself on this podcast. If we ever try to like interject a story and
The whole Fenway thing is interesting, though.
It is
When people
interesting.
hear that you work at Fenway, it's like, you must have some stories.
yeah, and I mean I don't know. There was a rainbow over Fenway Park the other day. You guys see that?
I didn't
How
see it,
fun.
no.
I saw it on Instagram.
Yeah, it was majestic. I was looking at it and I was
But
just
then those boys didn't they get croaked?
yeah,
they've
probably.
been
I was there on Sunday, bro.
Ugh.
With that 3-run home run in like the 8th.
Oh, they've been trash lately.
Yeah, it's very sad.
You a big sports fan, you guys?
I am. Big
Word.
sports fan. Big basketball, football, sports fan. My mom's a
Okay.
huge Red Sox fan.
Word.
My dad loves basketball and football too.
Celtics?
Yeah, Celtics. I like players too. Like I was always a Kobe fan.
Okay. Paul
Yeah.
Pierce is my guy. Got the jersey hanging there.
Yeah, see that? That's dope.
I love Kobe too, though. All the early 2000s NBA players, Allen Iverson, Tracy McGrady, like that was a fun time.
I love Boogie Cousins.
Boogie Cousins.
Yeah, when he's healthy.
Not a lot of people love Boogie Cousins.
I love Boogie Cousins.
He gets a lot of flack.
Nah, he was supposed to be like an MVP one year.
No, he was so talented at one point,
Yeah.
but a little bit of a hothead. Celtics should be decent this year, though. I'm looking forward to it.
They'll be okay.
They'll be all right. They'll be like middle of the road. They'll be a playoff team at least.
I see him like 6th seed, 5th seed.
Yeah, that's probably accurate. So, what's next as far as the movie? You're just trying to get it into as many theaters as possible right now.
We're gonna be when is this episode coming out?
Probably next week or 1 or 2 weeks from now.
Mid-October it will be online.
Okay,
cool.
yeah.
I told you guys some stuff before the interview that I can't just tell everyone yet, but
Yeah.
Understand.
it's the movie's definitely reached another level, which I wasn't expecting, which is awesome. And
Love it.
I'm just working. It can be the best product of all time, but if people don't know about it, it really doesn't matter.
It's all about
So I'm just
marketing.
trying to figure out, okay, one, I can hustle enough to make sure everyone in the city sees it, but how can I get it on some sort of platform after that will give us a larger mass exposure? You know what I'm saying? So that's what we've kind of been trying to figure out the past couple of weeks.
And it's in how many theaters right now? You said.
It's done now. The theatrical run's done.
Okay.
But we do have 3 more screenings coming up with what I discussed with you guys.
Yep.
Okay. That's exciting.
But it was in how many theaters? Like a lot. You were telling us like 15 or something like that.
I would say close to 12.
Okay.
12. That's pretty incredible. So all over New England, Massachusetts.
We had
mostly?
one in Rhode Island, had a handful in the city, and I actually think we're going to have another one popping up in Cambridge next week, so I digress.
Nice.
Were you at each of these, or did you sort of let them run?
Not all of them. I tried to get to as many as I could, see if anyone was there, so I could like introduce myself and say
Yeah.
thank you for coming.
Yeah. Well, it's hard. You can't be everywhere, so you got to let it spread its wings. The movie is its own thing now. It's got legs.
That it does.
Definitely
Yeah.
got legs.
We just got to keep pushing that thing, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When
Absolutely.
we drop it online, you got to show your friends.
Oh, absolutely. I can't
Show your
wait for it to
shorties.
drop online because
Yeah.
I want to watch it again. I need to absorb it.
You got to hit that jizzy you had in here. Where's that thing at?
Oh man, I don't know about
The
that.
spliffy. Someone had a spliffy.
I don't think anybody had anything of that sort.
Yeah.
Man,
There are so many amendments.
I saw you guys bring some sort of medicinal weed around here. It's legal,
You're
so
right,
it's
it is
cool.
it is medicinal.
Yes.
So light that thing up,
Cataracts.
sit back, and then just escape the world for 56 minutes.
That's what I need to do. I need to really enjoy it by myself. You know, there were so many people there and
Well-
so much going on.
That night was such an event that now that you say it, a second screening probably would be worth it because there's so many things where you think you're paying attention, but you're really like taking in the whole night. You gave a great speech beforehand. And
Thank you,
everything,
man.
And everyone was fully activated.
Yeah,
It was
you
a
got
Friday.
everyone activated,
Yeah.
which was definitely key.
We were ready to go.
Yeah.
We had a great time, man.
So when you had sponsors for this movie, and you had a CBD company, there were a few others. Forgive me.
You talking about at the event specifically?
For the screening, for the.
Yeah, Shake Shack was there. Did you guys get
Yes.
some Shake Shack?
I did not. I
I
heard
did
people
not.
talking about
That's
it.
my boy over there.
Oh,
Was that-
that's what people had burgers walking in, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I want a fucking burger."
No,
I missed
yeah,
out on Shake
they
Shack.
should have They should have had some sort of pop up or something because they didn't market themselves well. But yeah, they were definitely at the base of the theater, right next to the
Word.
company, the CBD company.
Yeah,
I love
we
Shake
didn't
Shack.
go into the theater until it was time to see. So we had.
I didn't
missed
know
it.
there was stuff in there.
Yeah. Oh, we would have gone. We would have gone so much. But yeah, we actually ended up getting beefs at Mike's across from Encore later. Dude, I just want to say again, if Conor Holway throws an event, you have to go to it. This is the thing. First of all, you're gonna get fully activated. Something amazing's
The
gonna
bus
happen.
to Encore was a great.
I wasn't on it. Was it fun?
It was
Oh,
perfect.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was
Nice.
once it finally left. It took a little
Took a
while
minute,
to get
but-
going.
Where'd you guys sit in the bus?
We were like second row.
We were towards
one of
the
the
front.
first ones on the bus. So
we were
just,
right
like,
next
stayed
to
in
Y
the front.
Try. We were chilling with
Oh,
him.
were you? He was
Yeah.
on the bus.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Where'd you guys go at the casino?
So
We went to a club. What's the club there?
You went to
Memoir,
Memoir?
yeah.
Oh, where we were in there
Yeah,
too.
we was
Oh,
there.
word. I didn't even see you guys there.
I
Man.
think. So yeah, I was looking for you first. Dude, you're a tall boy. You're easy to find, and I
Thank you,
couldn't
brother.
find you in there.
Thank you, brother.
And so yeah, the club first of all was lit. Every once in a while, they'd spray you with like some CO2 or something.
Dude,
You
I
could just
remember
cool
when
down.
Owen and I, like, we didn't know really what to expect going into this club. Like, we were like, oh, we didn't even know there was a club in Encore. We
Yeah,
heard this
we
on
just
the way
started
there. We
walking,
were like, oh,
yeah.
there's a club
That
in
shit
there.
was
Cool.
fun, bro. That
So,
shit was
like,
a good time.
we go, and remember when I first opened the door? And that
Yeah.
shit was spraying everywhere, and I just turned around, and you just started laughing. You're just like, what is this?
That
It
shit was
was-
intense.
I didn't expect that at all. Yeah, from like what we were coming out from going into because it's
Yeah.
like quiet outside.
Yeah, you can't even hear it, and then you open the door, and it's just fucking
I know,
mayhem.
you
Yeah.
just walk right into a super spreader.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Super spreader, exactly.
I will say they completely tailored the whole room to the tables though, because there was like barely places to be.
Oh, yeah.
I
If
felt
you
like
don't
I
have a
had nowhere to
table,
be.
you can't really get onto the dance floor.
Yeah, and speaking of tables, I was way too shy to gamble. I went as far as sitting down at a blackjack table. I
I'm not much
watched
of a
one
gambler.
hand and I just ran away. I couldn't do it. I was like, I'm gonna lose money here.
You couldn't pull trigger.
I couldn't. I was so scared. I was terrified. Clip this
addictive.
out. I'm a scared boy. I don't like gambling.
I don't like
Someday.
gambling either.
Did you gamble?
No,
No.
I just went to the Memoir and just went home.
But also, I'm sure Mike's roast beef is
Mike's
pumped
roast
about
beef.
it because we were just like, what's around? We're hungry, and we went
immediately.
see
I was
Mike's
like,
across
oh
the
wait,
street.
Mike's.
Oh man,
They
you
were
hadn't
they were
had
open
beef
at that
before?
hour?
yeah,
They're open till 2.
till 2. Yeah.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
Wow.
You ever
And
had
they
a North
served
Shore
us-
beef?
I have not.
You haven't?
I have not.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I did not support the local economy that night, and I went to McDonald's.
Okay.
Oh man, that's kind of local probably. That comes back. There's franchise owners, right?
I don't know.
That's what
man.
we're gonna tell everybody. But yeah,
You got to try a beef though.
The way you say that's a little suspect.
It does sound
You
roast
tell me I got to try some beef.
You got to try a roast beef 3-way. That's what you
Okay,
need.
that's
to
even
try.
worse.
That's
You
what
know?
it's called.
yeah.
That's what it's called.
I've heard Mike's. I've heard people love it.
This was my first one.
On the North Shore, like roast beef, these roast beef sandwiches are just like a delicacy for some reason, but they are delicious.
And apparently people get really mad if you don't order it correctly. So
You got to get the roast beef 3-way, super beef.
That's how you say it.
I just copied Jack. I said that, and then I also said, also give me mac and cheese bites because
Those
I'm
are
a
fire,
child.
too.
And that's just how I handle things.
So you go in there and you say, "Give me the 3-way beef."
Plus mac and cheese bites.
I feel like you're setting us
Roast
up here,
beef
brother.
3-way, super beef. No, just say super beef 3-way.
You looked at a man in his eyes and said, "I want the beef."
Yeah, the super beef 3-way isn't necessarily better, but I get it.
Just don't get a junior beef.
That's,
That's all I'm saying.
oh man,
We're toting the line here.
this is our edgiest podcast to date.
Yep.
We're out here talking about labor
We're
lawyers.
about to get
We're talking-
canceled so fast.
This is exciting.
I'm thinking about beefs now.
I'm thinking about beefs too. But yeah, so the movie went well. The night was obviously a huge hit. Next steps we can't talk about, but it's probably about to be big. Everyone's going to hear about it.
I have a question though. Did the premiere party exceed your expectations?
I'm really like a weirdo when it comes to like visualizing and manifesting stuff. I really am. I'm like really just psychotic about my goals, and I'd been imagining seeing people sitting in that theater watching the movie and their faces lighting up for like 2 years.
Okay.
So that image had been in my mind for a very long time. There were some things about the night that were a little bit different. I was trying to like actually enjoy it, even though I was still managing the event, you know.
Yeah, as you should.
I definitely blew it on the ghetto red carpet. I don't know if you guys saw that. Instead of getting a real one, I got like the piece of felt.
What
It was starting to like get
what
kicked
kind of
up and
material
shit.
was that? We were
It
wondering.
was literally felt.
Okay.
Oh man.
That's not too bad.
I mean, it looked like red carpet in pictures, but
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
it was
As
getting
long
like
as the
kicked up.
picture,
I had like
you know.
the girl was taping it down,
Oh man.
dirty.
Hey, it happens. Everything else was a hit.
I
so.
just love the idea of having a red carpet though, like and just giving everyone the opportunity to like get their picture taken on a red carpet. You know what I mean?
It was a fun event, man,
It's like,
for
makes
sure.
for a good Tinder profile.
You on Tinder?
No, I'm not talking about myself.
Because we got a boyhood situation go down on Tinder recently that
Really? Can we
share
talk
this?
about this?
we honestly cannot because
Damn it.
maybe afterwards. You know
Oh,
what I'm
God,
referring
I'm
to?
so curious now. But yeah, that's wild. Secret stuff.
No, it was a fun time.
No, the
We had a
photo op
blast.
though. That's like it's one of my most liked photos. Gotta love that. That's the best. I mean,
You guys look great, man.
thank you. You looked great. Dude, at telling people
There
to
were a lot
wear
of
their
good-looking
most dapper
people there.
outfits. Yeah, I mean that was like that's something we should do more. Like the Boston Music Awards should do that. Tell people to wear their most extravagant outfit.
Exactly.
Like I mean that's
Make it like Boston Music Awards should like treat it like the
Have
Grammys.
some fun, man.
Have some fun with it.
when you look good, you feel good.
Absolutely.
That's 100% true.
Kev got a crispy lineup for the night.
Got to.
Actually, I will say, like, as an aside, like, you've been keeping your lineup consistently fresh for like a year now. How often do you get your haircut? Every week?
It's important.
Every 2 weeks. I don't know.
It's important.
I try.
You gotta
Boy,
say
Fielding
crispy.
those compliments so well.
it. So humble.
Boy's
Yeah.
crispy.
Man,
That
yeah.
was one problem with the movie. The dude always had a fresh lineup. It's like, how would that make sense given the time period within the movie?
True. That
So was there a barber in the theater
I was
with them?
giving
Come on.
myself haircuts there.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. The
You're doing some
powers
character
that go.
development. That's what the character would be doing
Yeah.
That
I
would
was giving
be so
myself fresh
funny.
fades.
It's just like
in the mirror.
a montage scene of you with a straight razor, like making everything
Giving
nice.
yourself perfect haircut.
Guess that would make sense, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. We didn't even get into it. So you incorporated lots of local music in this movie. We see Amir Max, we see Millie's, we see Why Try. You also
There was some
Do you guys have
Cousins
Amir
Diz.
Max on this show?
We have not yet.
Okay.
He's
We
on our
say
list.
not yet because we're getting him.
That's my boy. You gotta have him
Come
on.
on.
He's
We
awesome.
definitely will.
Yeah, I mean
There was some
music's
Cousins
dope.
Diz in the soundtrack too.
There was,
Who else?
for sure. Big inspiration.
There was definitely a lot of local.
It was 90% Boston music.
Love that.
It's the whole soundtrack.
Love that.
And it worked in two ways. One, I wanted to go like Black Panther vibes in the soundtrack and have something uniform that the city could actually enjoy, that was actually artists from the city. And two, I've had most of these guys on the show.
Yeah.
Most of these girls on the show. So I know them all personally. And it made choosing music super specific. And I wanted to... Kev's got a song on it too. You hear it in the background a little bit. But I thought that'd be really special for artists here to be in a movie. How many of these guys really have a chance to get in a movie?
I mean, that's what
That is
I mean.
big.
Like, it's monumental. Like the size, it's everyone's goal to get into like a Hollywood film or something. And then in this case, I would say this is more genuine. Like this is something from the city for the city. Everything is coming from the city that put it together. And
I mean, you can tell that the person who put it together is actually in touch with what's going on here. You know, like a lot
Thank
of,
you, man.
like I said before, like a lot of Boston movies, big movie directors wouldn't know who the hell Cousins Diz or Millie's are. So if they made a Boston movie, they wouldn't think to put those people in the movie. But you know, it shows that you're really like in touch with what's going on, and you went the extra mile to give it that local flavor.
Thank you,
Which is
man.
Definitely important.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I should have sent you guys a movie again before the episode, so you could have picked it apart. That's my bad.
Oh, it's all good. I mean, hey, still send us a copy. We'll pirate that thing out.
Please do.
So you also got some comedians too. So in the promo, we got Drew Dunn. You can see him.
Incredibly talented individual.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he's probably like one of the most talented dudes. He's not really here anymore, but at least I've ever met. He's insanely talented.
Oh,
just
is he
like
not based out of Boston?
He moved to New York, but
Oh.
he's just good at everything, dude. He's just good at literally everything. So remember seeing his animations? He has his own animated series where he animated to the level of like, honestly, like a South Park. Did all the voiceovers, all the script work. He has an incredibly killer stand-up, and you guys saw he's an incredibly versatile actor too.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, his stand-up comes up in my feed all the time. I'm a big comedy guy. Like that's kind of my thing. I'm always tapped into what's going on in the comedy scene, and his stuff comes up a lot. And I even had somebody sent me a text. They were like, "Hey, my buddy got tickets to this guy, Drew Dunn, and I noticed you follow him. Is he good?" I was like, "Definitely go see the show." It was, yeah. I mean, it's growing a lot. I mean, Boston's a big comedy city, so I mean, the fact that you not only incorporated local music but local comedy, which I guess he's not local anymore, but that's where he came from. So
yeah, he's been doing it here for a long time. He's got a lot of big wins. He's he's a grinder, dude. He works super hard.
Yeah, gotta love it. And had he been on your podcast before?
Yeah, I met
Okay.
him through the podcast. He's been on like, I don't know, almost like 4 or 5 times probably.
Oh wow, repeat offender.
You guys will have that with your show too.
Yeah.
Like you guys will develop like genuine relationships
We've
with
already
people.
had
I'm sure
that,
you
like,
have.
a
Yeah.
couple times. Casa, we've had like 4 times.
Yeah, Lomel 4
Lomel,
times as
yeah.
well. Yeah,
Yeah.
Justin technically twice.
Who was the dude who was singing about having like some like stain on his shirt and he had to clean it with a napkin?
Oh, that's Lomel. Yeah.
that boy was wild,
I was
bro.
acting out the napkin and
Oh,
stuff.
Was
yeah.
that a freestyle?
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
so-
like the best freestyler. that
He was
I
like
know.
singing about like there was some dirty something
Dude,
on his shirt.
He
Actually-
freestyled for 34 straight hours once.
Yeah.
The
Well,
fuck?
he's about to go for 48.
So we
He's
challenged
got
him.
freestyle for 48 hours.
Yeah.
So we challenged him on the podcast.
Oh.
We challenged him to break the world record, the Guinness record for longest freestyle.
And he's going for
he
it?
was like, "Fuck it, I'm doing it."
So he's going.
So,
So he has to keep his mouth moving for 48 hours.
yes.
he's allowed
And
5-minute breaks, right?
Yes, but this is what he unfortunately. We talked about it on the podcast with him. It's unfortunate because he did break the record. Like he did do it for longer than Watsky had broken it actually during the pandemic. He definitely broke the record. They disqualified him because the guidelines were every hour you get a 5-minute break. So from 12 to 1, and then 1:05 you start again, and then but your next break has to be at 2:05. And I think his next break was at 2.
he was taking his breaks too early.
So it ended up being like he was doing them on the hour, and it had to be the actual 60 minutes.
Dude,
And-
that would like. What type of toll does that take on your mental?
Oh,
Seriously.
unbelievable. Yeah, like he spent all the time doing it, and they nitpicked him like that. It was crazy.
Oh my!
and now he's doing it again for 48 hours.
Yeah.
What is
And
the?
the whole thing was live on YouTube. You could watch it. You could tune in at any time. He's
Yeah.
just sitting there like in his PJs. Just
I'm subscribed to the 48. I'm going to watch that.
Crazy.
Does the
yeah.
freestyle have any sort of like substance, or he's just like saying words?
Sometimes.
It depends on when you catch him, because there's certain moments where you can tell he's feeling the beat, and other ones where he's just keeping it going.
Yeah.
And
No, there was definitely some substance to it. Like he tries to have as much substance as possible.
yeah, well,
Sounds
it's also
awesome.
hours and hours of beats and songs. Like I think he said he came up with like 600 songs during that last session. He just was
It's wild.
finishing beats and then going to the next one, and obviously some of it's not going to be as good as others, but that's like it's unbelievable to be able to keep your mouth moving for that long, and we have a hard time doing it for an hour sometimes. And as you saw me doing 10 minutes ago, stumbling over myself. But yeah,
Shout out to Lomel.
shout out to Lomel.
It's really crazy.
Shout out to anyone who grinds. I just have to say that, because if you're putting in the work, it will come to fruition. We've seen it with these guys. Like, you've been putting it in, and it's as far as, like, I remember, I don't know when I started following you. It was sometime early pandemic, and I was
Oh,
like,
I
this
was
kid's
earlier
talking
than
about
that.
making a movie? Like, what's going on with a movie
I
in
think
Boston?
I started following you like 3 years ago, maybe.
Nice man,
Oh,
thank
well, I
you.
guess
Yeah.
you're way cooler than
I
me.
guess
I didn't
so,
have
man.
Instagram until
Because you were
last
interviewing
year.
artists. Like I remember when you had Millie's on, and I was like, "Oh shit! Like this guy's legit."
Thank you, man. Hope I haven't let you down, brother.
Absolutely
killing it.
not.
I'm gonna
Absolutely
keep
not.
going, man. I promise.
Love it.
Where'd the name Golden Deer Productions come from?
How many times I? You
I'm
want
sure
to
you've been
this
asked
way?
this a million times.
Okay. I'll give you the scumbag sales version. So,
Okay.
Oh boy.
well, when you guys saw the documentary, when I was making videos under the alias Coach Connie, we were trying to come up with a logo, Jack and I, and we were choosing between a flamboyant pony and a deer, and we really just couldn't come up with a solution for like 3 weeks. So, essentially, one night I'm coming back from, I think it was Sudbury at the time, like 4 in the morning, and just boom, obliterated a deer.
No way.
I've hit a deer before. I didn't obliterate it though.
Really?
You obliterated it? Like, what was the damage?
Were you okay?
What was the damage on the car?
Brother,
Oh boy.
Were you all right?
I'm still here, right? And I got everyone's wearing them on their shirt now.
Oh
How you feel about yourself
So
now, man?
the golden deer that you saw was that split second before you hit it, and it was.
I was
frozen,
driving
that's golden?
like an old BMW,
This is a great story, honestly. This
And,
is not what I
um,
expected.
Yeah.
and I was coming back on Route 2, and essentially I just had one of those moments where I saw the deer, 2 deer, right in the center of Route 2, and I had this like outer body moment where I'm like outside of my car, and I'm looking down, and I can see the Beamer approaching the deer.
Nah.
Not even joking. And it gave me a
GTA.
second. It gave me a second. I swerved right in between them. I clipped one of them. The other one I didn't hit. And I was so fucking stunned that I just was holding the wheel like this.
Oh no.
And I just kept driving. Didn't stop.
And it
Kept
was
going.
probably hopping around. Oh no.
No, I didn't even look. Mile from my crib. Pulled up. Parked. Went inside. Went right to bed. Didn't even. Just was so stunned. Like, am I okay? Like, woke up the next day. Walk outside. Blood all over the car.
No way.
I'm pulling out deer steaks from the grill.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Chunks
God.
of deer. And again, now you're wearing them on your shirt, man.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Oh my god.
That's Derek
That
the deer,
is-
brother.
Wow.
So you did more than just clip him, I guess.
That boy's a goner.
That
Okay.
was a
That's
goner.
wild.
Golden deer. Damn.
Wow.
That's way more than I expected, honestly, from the origin story. I didn't know it was that deep.
I
That's
didn't
awesome.
either. That's really interesting. And I mean, it's one of those things that we've said this before, when you're picking a name for something, it just kind of hits you. And I
Yeah.
guess in your case, it literally hit you. That's crazy.
you
And
hit it.
figuratively, exactly.
Oh my god.
I like that. How'd you guys choose Boston's Big Four?
It's 4 sports.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. Nothing
Did that hit
to
you
it.
one day?
Yeah, that hit me. Actually, my mom came up with it, to be honest.
Damn, you owe her some money, bro.
Right?
Yeah, well, cut that out. Cut that out.
Yeah, nothing. Not too much thought went into that one, and then we just kept it as that. And even though we do the music thing now, it's still just Boston's Big Four. People get confused sometimes when they realize there's only 2 of us. They think they're like
There's
that there's 4 of
people.
us.
Yeah.
but-
Well,
I-
that's
so-
their problem.
Yeah, I mean, technically, we could say there are 4. Eastman, and I don't know.
Someone, whoever's helping us.
Yeah, Jen. Jen does
Yeah.
video stuff at the
Yeah,
shows.
shout out Jen. Shout out Eastman.
So there you go. There's 4 of
Um,
us.
So yeah, so you're not. I guess we had talked about this before too. There's no GDP podcast right now.
I've just been providing updates on the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I love the podcast, and I'm like very grateful for it. But I've always just needed a challenge, and movie production definitely gives you a huge, huge challenge. So I just want to make a much bigger movie.
Mm.
I want to make sure I get this one out there, execute on that, and then
How many scripts do you got in the bank right now?
I have one being developed.
Okay. That developed as in it's being.
It's being written as we speak.
Oh, it's being written. Okay, so it wasn't.
I'm not writing it.
Okay.
I give the concepts for it,
Interesting.
and I got someone writing.
Ooh, the idea guy. That's the best job. Oh my
I
god.
don't know, man.
It's a tough job.
I think it's the best job.
You're gonna try to make a movie.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I've never made a movie.
Speaking from no experience here.
I don't know. It just seems fun to be the idea guy and not have to edit every clip and all that such. Are you an editor yourself, or?
I did not edit this movie. It was my
Okay.
boy Jimmy. But for years, I edited all my own content, just like you guys. I edited my own podcast. Terrible. Hated it.
Yeah, it's
Part
a
of the
lot
game,
work.
brother.
It's a lot of work. Yeah.
Yep.
Is it a lot of work, Owen?
It is. Yeah.
Why, you just kind of chill?
Basically.
Owen does the editing.
Yeah, we split the work.
We split the work.
But,
I write the articles.
Nice.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was where you had mentioned certain things about the movie that I was like picking up. I've been following like a lot of your stories and posts, and you mentioned that. Honestly, I forget exactly the word you used, but there was something that you had mentioned where the sequence was complete, and then then all the VFX come in, then you laid in the sound, and I just hearing that process was really interesting to me because basically, like, this is basic video editing. So like when it comes to movie production and finalizing that whole thing, polishing it up, and it's almost like it is the audio engineering aspect. Like if someone's mixing a song, you're mixing the movie. Like the whole thing, all those effects had to come in right, and the animation was dope. I don't
Just like imagine running a podcast and planning it out to look exactly like you want it to look, right?
Yeah.
And then having to execute on it on about 30 different levels.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it would be like.
That's a
Sounds
lot
tough.
of levels.
Yeah, because we
That's a
don't
lot.
really put thought into like. I mean, obviously.
That's why a podcast is great, though. You can just go off the cuff. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
exactly. We don't put too much thought into like how it should look. We just kind of let it roll. We come prepared, obviously.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It doesn't require that much preparation.
So yeah, it's just a testament to your work. You banged out a feature-length film of. Actually, so I had meant to ask, what qualifies feature-length? I'm not like 100% sure on that.
This has been like a big conversation with a lot of the corporations we've been talking to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just essentially most feature-length films are over 80 minutes.
Okay.
Most short films constitute beneath 40 minutes. So then there's this gray area where our movie sits. And so a lot of corporations won't bend because they have all these guidelines. I would call what I've kind of been pitching as, it's like a semi-feature length film. It's a mini motion picture. That's kind of the way I've been pitching it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Did you get that feel, that motion picture feel?
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You wouldn't look at it as a short film, but it was short by movie standards.
But it was nice. Like, can you just like glaze through it and they're like, okay, it's done. But we achieved what we wanted to achieve out of that thing.
And especially nowadays, people have short attention spans, so I feel like it's
Yeah, well, I think there is a sweet spot
Perfect.
because personally, I find there's so much content to absorb these days that if there's like a 2, 3 hour, 4 hour movie, like it better
nobody
be
wants to
good,
sit
and I'm not
down
gonna
that
sit
long.
there, you know.
No, Shang-Chi is fire. Shang-Chi is awesome.
Was that 4 hours?
It was like 2:45.
I definitely want to go see Shang-Chi. Don't they make it a whole thing in the movie? You have to say Shang-Chi. Isn't that part of it?
I'm unfamiliar, but
It's
don't be pigeonholing me here, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I thought I've
I'm
seen
not
it
trying
in
to
the
get
promo
canceled.
for the movie where they say it. They're like correcting each other on it. But obviously, yeah, like the Western way, people do say Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
But yeah, I gotta love it. And feature films, maybe shorten them up, tighten them up a little bit. That's all we have to say.
I think we'll probably shift to that. I think that's what will happen over time.
I like short and sweet, and I mean for the reason alone that there is so much content to absorb. Like people they might want to watch a few different things. So it's good not to suck people into that. But anyways, we're not gonna keep you all night. Let's wrap things up. Where can people buy merch if they want to buy GDP merch?
I believe all the boxes are at Jack's house. So if you want to go show up at Jack's house in Lincoln.
Oh, so there's no
we
web.
getting addressed.
Do you have a shop or anything?
No, I'll gladly plug it.
Okay.
Golden Deer website /gear. You can get all these freshies. You want to give them a little spin so they can see the back?
There we go.
What's it say on the front? Because the camera lenses.
This is not your traditional Boston movie.
That is not what on the back. And you guys understand the back because you've seen the movie.
Of course.
Know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Spoil it.
You get it.
It's fresh though.
That's all on the website. And the movie itself. I'm just thinking of what I can say. They gotta sign this damn
Say
contract,
what
man.
you
They gotta
say.
sign this damn contract. Corporate guys gotta sign the contract. I'm just a
Sign the
young hustler
contract.
trying to get it done, brother.
Sign the dotted line.
I want to say 3rd week of October. Online, you'll be able to see the movie.
Okay.
If you are from, can I make a pitch? Is that straight with you guys?
Hit it, dude.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
All right. Let me just find it in me. All right, I got it. Sweet. If you are from the Boston area, keyword Boston area, it doesn't have to be exclusively in the city.
Can be Lincoln.
Thank you so much.
It can be the greater Boston area because you claim the city. You feel that. Right now you're looking at two guys who made a real movie. It's not some bullshit art house movie. It's not some student film. No, these are some young 25-year-old dudes who really went out here and hustled and made it fucking happen. And it's exclusively for you. I'm not charging you anything. Just sit back and enjoy that with your friends, man. And if by the slim chance you like Apple Cinema, the movie produced and directed by me, by the slim chance, just share it with a friend, man.
Yes.
And if you don't like it, I'm gonna jump off the Prudential building, brother. So you better. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
And that's a threat.
yeah.
No, that's a promise.
I
No bullshit.
Love it.
love that. That is, first of all,
There's no reason not to check it out, though.
I think people should pay if there's any sort
Everyone
of a
has
Patreon
time.
or something. I think people should go to your. I'm saying, I don't know if you have one. Go to the Golden Deer Productions Patreon right now, and even if he's saying the movie's free, go throw him a few bucks. And then
Don't have a Patreon, but thank you, my brethren.
you're about to get one. This is happening.
Love it.
And you deserve it. I mean, this is just it's huge. This is a big thing right now, and
I'll let you guys testify, though. Like, all theatrics aside, you enjoy yourself watching the movie, right?
Absolutely.
yeah, it was.
Absolutely.
Like, you're like, damn, that was fucking sick.
I was entertained, definitely. I
That's
was
what we
looking forward to
love.
The next scene, like every time. So it was. I definitely didn't get bored with it at all, which is.
And the actors
main
were
thing.
hot.
Yes, those workout scenes, like I was saying,
Some good-looking actors.
tight.
Some
gotta
fucking
say.
hot dudes behind the
There was
camera,
some
man.
good-looking dudes.
That's what I'm saying,
I
bro.
would just say.
There were some ugly dudes, though, too. We can agree on that.
You got to spread it out.
You gotta, yeah. It's all about balance. You know?
Maybe you got to have the guys in there that make you look hot.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying?
dude. You gotta have some ugly friends
That
around, so you look good
juxtaposition,
by
you know?
contrast.
Hey, look, we do it too.
I feel you.
Hey, fuck you, man.
Every Batman needs a Robin. I'm just joking.
Oh man. But seriously, thank you for coming on.
Wait, are you a Bills fan? I just gotta clear this up real
No.
quick. Okay.
I just like that.
Good deflection. Good deflection. That would have been another hour. So, but yeah, thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Golden
Thanks for
Deer.
having us.
Golden Deer website, Big Bochi Bolt,
Sir South.
Sir South.
Yes.
Of course. Follow everybody.
Appreciate you guys having us, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Kind of you.
Thank you for
Keep
coming.
going. Don't stop.
You as well.
Be super consistent. Good stuff's going to happen.
Appreciate
We
it.
hope.
man.
We hope. So yeah, thank you again. And that's been it. Boston's Big Podcast.